everybody. I'm going to just fix my... Sorry, hi, it's me. I'm just going to fix my camera. Hang on. There, that's... Merry Christmas! Alright, I'm going to take this off so that those of you who need to see my lips move can actually see my lips move. So the recipe description, or the recipe for this is in the description for this post. So say hi if you're watching. I see we have a couple people watching. So today I'm going to teach you how to make my eggnog. And I got this, hey Tiffany, hey Mary. I got this recipe several years ago. I just happened to find it on allrecipes.com. That was my go-to site at the time. And I was doing it for one of my Christmas open houses. So those of you who've been with me for a long time may remember that every either November or December I had a Christmas open house, whether it was a pop-up shop or a just come and have some recipes and try them out and have a holiday visit. It was something like that. So since I can't do that this year, I wanted to bring the eggnog to you of sorts. Now, if you don't like sweet eggnogs, this is not going to be one for you, or you can figure out how to dial back the sweetness. It calls for sweetened condensed milk, so that's the big sweetness in it. We also have a great eggnog recipe that I will post. I'll add it to the post. I'll edit that so you can see it. But it's one that you can do in Roscoe. So for those of you who are Roscoe fans, this is going to be a great one for you as well. So today, over in my stand mixer, I beat up eggs. Then I added milk, sweetened condensed milk, vanilla, and some salt. Now what I'm going to do is make the whipped cream for it. So you only need about 1/3 of a cup. So I have that and some vanilla. Just here, I'm going to add them to my whipped cream maker. And the vanilla, of course, has to be our Pamper Chef. I know it's backwards, but this is a double strength vanilla. You guys, it is incredible. You only need half of what the recipe calls for. It tastes amazing. It smells amazing. It's going to elevate anything you add vanilla to the next level. So I'm going to add just a smidge of icing sugar, because this does not need a lot of sweet, because like I said, this recipe is fairly sweet. As you can imagine, the sweetened condensed milk, it gets you it's really strong. All right. So this, of course, if you haven't seen this in action, is an incredible tool, the whipped cream maker. Not only can you use it for whipped cream like I'm doing today, but you can also make fluffy eggs with it, so you whip them up in here. You can do your own mayo. You can do make your own butter, which is super simple. And for doing whipped cream, you only need about 30 seconds to a minute. That's it. You just pump it up and down. This won't take very long because it's not up to the line. So normally, if I'm doing this for a dessert, I will put, there's a line that you can't see right now, but when it's empty, you can see it. And you just fill it up to that, just to the bottom of that line. Add about a tablespoon of icing sugar and a splash of double strength vanilla, and just pump it until it's the consistency you want. So for this recipe, I want it to be fairly-ish stiff peaks. More like soft peaks. I was just checking my recipe. Soft peaks. And I'd say we've got that with this. All right. It's probably a little firmer than I want, but that's okay. So I'm going to clean this goodness off. Now the recipe that I'm posting from the All Recipes, so this one that I'm actually making today, it calls for pints and quarts. So in the comments, actually in the description, I will also let you know how many cups or milliliters and things like that you need. I'm actually doing a little bit less of the sweetened condensed milk. Hey Andrea, thanks for tuning in. I'm doing less of the sweetened condensed milk than the recipe calls for, just because I didn't want to open up a second can. Now if the kids were at home, they'd be debating who would be cleaning this off. But you know what, since it's me, I get to enjoy it. There's nothing like fresh whipped cream. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm going to get the bowl off the stand mixer. Oh my gosh, you guys. I wish you had smell-o-vision. This just smells so, so good. This is something that it's dessert in a glass. Like it is, it's one of my favorites. So I want to show you something really quick with the sweetened condensed milk. So the can is the one that has that pull tab on the top of it. So I use my can opener and I cut the other end. It saves my scraper because you can imagine if you're going to peel this off and then try to clean it out with your scraper, it's going to cut your scraper. So you don't want to do that. So just cut the bottom off, and the can opener is back. Those of you who've been waiting for it, it's back in stock, so you can order it. I was super excited to be able to add that to some carts yesterday and today. All right, the whipped cream maker is all ready to go. There we go. All right. So in case you're just tuning in, I am teaching you how to make the eggnog that I make year after year. And it is, the kids are going to be very happy that it's here. I thought I'd do something special. Today's their last day of school before Christmas break. So I thought I'd do something fun. So when I come on at when I come on later, now I'm wondering whether I said 2 and 4:30 or 2:30 and 4. I'm pretty sure I said 2 and 4:30. So I'm just going to basically fold the whipped cream in gently. Now, if you're using a quick stir pitcher, you want the larger quick stir pitcher for the full recipe. If you're doing half recipe, the regular size quick stir pitcher is good. And you don't even have to stir the whipped cream in, because when you plunge it, it'll combine it quite nicely. So I'm just using a small mix and scraper to kind of fold in the whipped cream. And then I'm going to enjoy it. And what I do, I think the finishing touch is using fresh nutmeg. Now you can use ground, like pre-ground nutmeg, but if you get it like a whole nutmeg, it takes very little to use and it lasts for ages. I just keep it in a little, my aunt gave me this idea, I just keep it in a little short kind of mason jar. And I realize I'm going to need to go get a ladle. I'm going to improvise a ladle right now. Silicone prepples, they're not just for measuring and storing. They're for scooping your eggnog into your glass. Oh, I made a big mess here. There we go. So you take your eggnog or your nutmeg and just grate it over top of your glass. I like just a hint of nutmeg. I don't like a whole ton of it. I think that's why I don't care for like grocery store eggnogs, because I find that they have the nutmeg strong. This nutmeg flavor is so strong. All right. And then cheers to you guys. So come back in a few minutes if you want the full recipe, including the switch from Imperial to metric and the cooked recipe that you can do in Roscoe. So cheers to you guys. I'll see you in a couple of hours when I come back and show you another treat that I'm doing for today. Thanks guys. Have an awesome day.